Hi guys, how are you doing? I upgrade my 12 volt power station. So that's my first version, that's my current version, and that's my new version. Basically, this one can give you a 15 amp current, and this one can give you 30 amp current. Double the size. Double the size. Why we need a bigger current? Because you can hook up with your trolling motor, scooter, uh, power wheel, those kind of things. Uh, with a standard 15 amp, you can only use whatever the application can plug in with the socket. Because all the socket application is only the maximum probably 15 amps. Okay, that's the difference. Let's talk about the common questions that I got with the 80 volt batteries. The first thing people ask, we have only two terminals, and there have four terminals on the battery, and what's another two for? I mean you can see the marker. There's a negative, and this is the positive, which equals the negative and positive on the power station. But what's another two? Another two is a temperature sensor. There's a temperature sensor, and another one is a charger point. Basically, when you plug in the original charger, they use the charger point to charge the batteries. Also, they monitor the temperature. Because Greenworks, the fast charger will give roughly 5 amp current goes in. That's pretty big current actually. So which is kind of push the current goes to the battery. In that way, they have to monitor the temperature of the batteries. If it's overheat, it will stop. Yeah, that's the temperature points for. But when you discharge the battery, when you use the battery, usually it's hard to get overheat. Because think about the current the battery can provide. It's limited by the battery itself. So for this battery, the maximum current is only 15 amp, or maybe top goes to 20 amp. That's pretty much it. You cannot really drink 30 amp and 40 amp out from these batteries, because this is limited by the batteries. That's why when you discharge the battery, when you use the battery, it's really hard to get overheat, because that's the battery limited. But when you charge the battery, which you push the high current goes inside. In that situation, it can be overheat. If something wrong with the battery, you push too hard, it can be overheat. So that's a major point for those two. Basically it's all for the charger. One is the charger point, one is the temperature, temperature sensors. Okay, that's a common question. Another common question is, all the 80 volt battery is all same. It's all looks the same, and the terminal is the same. The only difference is, the outside the slot to lock the battery in, it's a different location. So that's why the people ask how is that interchangeable? If you want to use a Greenworks battery for your Kobalt tools, or you want to use your masterforce battery for your Greenworks tools, those kind of things. So basically, like I said, the terminal itself and the inside is all the same. The only difference is those slot, the rail to lock the battery. So if you cut the rail on your tool side, basically you can use any kind of battery with any kind of tools you have. For all 80 volt tool side. Like right here. See, this is a Greenworks chainsaw. Okay. You see the inside. There have see the inside. There have you know, the little slot right here. Both. Clear shows in there. Should I use a flashlight? But you got the idea. So basically, if you just you know, sand down those slots right here, those rails, so you can use any kind of batteries with any kind of tools. Oh, it's dirty. I just cut some branches. Okay, that's you know, this is a really common question for the, you know, 80 volt batteries, because I use a lot with 80 volt batteries. My electric power motor, I mean, I flying with these batteries. You can see those are actually big discharge. My electric power motor, it's you know, it's a 15,000 watt. I mean, when they discharge, when they drink the power from the battery, it's so big. And every time when I'm landing, I actually touch the battery to see how hot it is. It's warm. I mean, it's not super hot. It's just warm. Like I said, when you drain the power from the battery, it's limited by the battery itself. So it's really hard to, you know, overdo on those kind of things. So yeah, that's some ideas. Let's talk about my upgrade. So I double the size. So that's the 15 amp, and this is the 30 amp. To double the size, basically just because, you know, when you want to use some bigger application, you need a bigger power. Yeah, you need a bigger current. So with a 30 amp current, you can, you know, power up your like a trolling motor, scooter. That's kind of power wheel. I mean, those are all 12 volt. You can power up right away. You can jump start, you know, pickup truck, even bigger truck. Because 30 amp, that's definitely enough to jump start any bigger cars. You can jump start with this as well, and for the small cars, but it will take longer. Basically, you just use a, you know, double size the plug, one side plug here, another side plug in the tire. You will, you know, charging your battery for your car, but it will take longer. And the 30 amp will be so quick, and you can jump start, you know, even trucks right away. That's the things. Another bigger difference is I add a, you know, circuit break right here. So this is a circuit break. Compared to this is a, you know, this is a fuse. So there's a little fuse right here. So if something wrong, you can replace this fuse. Okay. That's a protection for this wire. So and right now, my second wire, I use a circuit break. So the circuit break is more convenient because anything wrong, if you just trigger the brake, right? You don't really need to change the brakes. Okay. So that's why it doesn't like a fuse. If something wrong, you have to change the fuse. So for this one, you don't. This is a more convenient. Another thing with the circuit break is the people report that they will see the when you plug in, you will see some little spark. on this one. So you see, so when I plug in, you see, you will see a little spark, right? Again, you can close look. Oh, it's pretty small. Usually, see a little spark. With the circuit break, you won't see any spark because basically right now it's off, right? This is off. So right now it's off. When you plug in, there's nothing happen because so basically right now it's off. When you turn on, you have to turn on from here. That's on, okay? So that's why in this way you never see any spark at all. Okay. Okay, that's the same. And you also you still got a standard 12 volt socket. You can plug in the applications through those, and also for the 30 amp out, and you have I marked this positive and negative. You can put this up. See, that's how you tie the wires. You just unscrew here. Okay, so unscrew here, and the wire can come out. So the screw will tie through here, and the hole is right here, and you can tie it in. And you plug this in, and then you just screw this in, tighten it up. So this will be tightened up. Okay. Very simple. Once you tie your wire, you just close here. So it will prevent any shortage. And yeah, and also you still got USB power out, and 4 of them, because right now we have so many stuffs with USB charger port. All your pads, phones, and a lot of things. So I still put 4 of them out, and each of them is 2 amp, which is 10 watts. 10 watts kind of just a normal charge. It's not like some new phone has a crazy chargers. They put a 40 watt charger and even 80 watt charger. I think the new Samsung has 80 watt chargers. I mean, that's kind of crazy. You probably can charge your phone in a couple of minutes, but it's quite dangerous for 80 watts to charge the phone. I mean, this is a more normal size. It's more, safety as well. Okay. Yeah, that's my new power station. And any question, just let me know. Thank you.